The year I went under, I called 7 of my closest buddies. They either sent me straight to voicemail or ghosted me completely. In the end, I had to liquidate my shop and sell my family home just to clear the debt. 2 years later, Joey suddenly called me out of the blue. Brother, my business is tight right now. I need 80 grand to float me for a bit. Wire it over, will you? I let out a dry laugh. 2 years ago, when I needed 10 grand to keep the lights on, what did you tell me? Dead silence on his end. I hung up the phone and blocked his number. The phone rang 3 times before Joey picked up. Hey man, I hit a massive wall. Supply chain cut me off. I'm short about 10 grand. Can you spot me? Silence stretched over the line for 2 seconds. Brother, it's not that I don't want to help. I just drove a brand new truck off the lot. I am completely tapped out. I swallowed my pride. Joey, even 5 grand would save me. The moment my receivables clear next month, I'll pay you back with interest. Try asking some of the other guys. Lou should have some loose cash. I'm seriously strapped right now. I said okay. I ended the call and stared at the final notice sitting on my desk. $150,000. If I didn't pay it off by the end of the month, my suppliers were taking me to court. And I couldn't even scrounge up 10 grand. I lit a cigarette, scrolling through my contacts until I found Lou's number. Ring, ring, ring. Straight to voicemail. I dialed again. Voicemail again. I shot him a text. Lou, it's an absolute emergency. Call me back. The message sat there. It never turned to read. I sat alone in my office. Out on the floor, the heavy CNC machines were already dead silent. Half of my crew's wages from last month were still unpaid, and the raw material vendors had completely cut off my steel supply. That $150,000 black hole, my business partner dug it. We ran that custom metal fabrication shop together for 3 years. Last month, he took the company ledger, drained the operating accounts, and vanished. I filed a police report, and the cops said they were looking into it, but the money wasn't coming back anytime soon. My suppliers didn't give a damn about my sob story. My signature was on the contracts, which meant the debt belonged to me. I kept scrolling down my contact list. Tommy, 15 years of history. We shared a dorm room back in trade school. He owned a hardware and lumber yard over in the next county and was doing pretty well for himself. The call connected. Tommy, I caught a bad break over here. Can you float me 10 grand? Just needed to keep my head above water. The TV was blaring in the background on his end. He was clearly lounging at home. Look, Dave, it's not that I don't want to bail you out, but loaning cash ruins friendships. Think about it. What if you go under and can't pay me back? It'd make things weird between us. I gripped the phone. 1 month. I swear on my life, I'll have it back to you in 30 days. I've got my own headaches right now. The wife monitors the bank accounts like a hawk. You gotta figure something else out, man. I said okay. Hung up. I crushed my cigarette into the glass ashtray. My fingers were trembling slightly. It wasn't the cold. It was this heavy, suffocating weight rising from the bottom of my chest that I couldn't push back down. 37 years old. I had been grinding in this local industry for 8 years and knew half the town. But guys I could genuinely call brothers, I counted exactly 7. We drank together on holidays. I never missed an envelope of cash for their weddings or baby showers. The year Joey was short 5 grand for his down payment, I wired him the cash without asking a single question. When Lou's dad was in the ICU, I handed him a thick envelope of cash at the hospital. When Tommy opened his lumber yard, I catered the opening day out of my own pocket. I thought that meant something. I dialed Bobby's number next. Bobby, look, hold that thought, Dave. Let me run it by the missus and I'll call you right back. He didn't even ask how much I needed. I said alright, I'll wait for your call. I sat by my phone until midnight. Bobby never called. The next morning, I called him again. He didn't pick up. That afternoon, he finally sent a text. Sorry brother, things are just too tight at home right now. 4 guys, not a single dime. I sat in the empty shop, looking at the silent machinery. There